2012, Boone County High School soccer team has just come off a legendary season. They have done what no other Boone County soccer team has ever done before. They had an extremely impressive regular season, finishing with a record of 13-3-3, and they built a fortress on Earthwood Field with an unblemished record of 7-0-3 at home. They went for a perfect 3-0 in district play, thanks to key wins against Connor, Ryle, and Cooper. All the district games were extremely hard fought. The Rebels came back from a 1-0 deficit at halftime to win 3-1 against Connor. They got off to a good start against their arch-rival school, Ryle, by getting out to a 2-0 halftime lead. They got off to a furious rally from Ryle to win 3-2. The Rebels got a scare from Cooper, who jumped to a 2-0 lead early, but tied it up and forced a sudden death overtime, in which the Rebels scored in the first 5 minutes to secure the win. The Rebels clinched the first seed in the district tournament, but were still considered underdogs of the tournament to a very talented and physical Ryle team. In the first round, the Rebels blew past Cooper 2-0 to clinch a spot in the regional tournament. Meanwhile, Ryle dominated their first round opponent, Connor, to set up a dream grudge match between the arch-rival schools in the finals. The Rebels fell 2-0 very early on in the game, but fought hard to tie the game up and force overtime. Both teams went scoreless in OT, and the game was to be decided by penalty kicks. After one round of PKs, the rivals were still deadlocked. Behind strong goalkeeping from Zach Mims, the Rebels finally broke the tie and become the first Boone County soccer team to win the district tournament since 2002. To kick off the regional tournament, the Rebels fought through unbearable weather conditions to thrash first-round opponents Holy Cross 4-0. In the semifinals, they met former district rivals St. Henry, who they lost to earlier in the season due to an improbable comeback by the Crusaders after the Rebels led 2-0. This time, St. Henry would not be as fortunate, as a perfectly timed run by Philip Prickett set up the Rebels' only goal, scored by Hayden Bocastle. NCC helped the Rebels avoid a third match against Ryle, but winning 2-1. The Rebels would come out with a solid 2-0 victory over NCC in front of a raucous crowd to become the first Boone County soccer team to win the regional finals since 2000. The Rebels would make history once again in their final home game of the season by becoming the first Boone County soccer team to advance past the first round of the state tournament. It was a hard-fought victory, though, as a fired-up Harrison County team gave them a scare, but hold the Rebels to only a 1-0 win. The Rebels' next opponent was a familiar one, as they faced tournament rivals North Hardin. Their previous meeting was not a fortunate one for the Rebels, as they lost 2-1 after North Hardin got 2 late goals to secure their victory, even though the Rebels dominated in possession in the John Hardin Bulldog Challenge. The teams were left with bad blood due to some excessive celebration by the arrogant North Hardin team after the game. North Hardin gave the Rebels a scare by scoring a last-second goal at the end of the first half to take the lead. The Rebels would respond with a dominant performance in the second half, though. They did an excellent job of isolating North Hardin's 2 most skilled players and finished 2 perfectly set-up headers to win the game and advance to the Final Four of the state tournament. In the Final Four, the Rebels would face their toughest opponent of the season, the number 5 nationally ranked St. X. It was a valiant effort by the Rebels, who ultimately fell as St. X squeaked 2 goals by the Rebels' defense. Overall, the legendary season of the Rebels will be one that does not go forgotten by the players and the fans. The Rebels' valiant efforts deserve to be recognized, as no other Boone County soccer team has ever gone as far as they have. And it couldn't have been with a better or harder working group of guys.